What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Willis. This is Waking Up with Mr. Willis. Shit. First off, I'd like to thank God. And I'm gonna talk about a couple of random topics, man. Random things. But first thing is like to the chosen ones. Anyone that feel like they chosen. That always went through certain things, trials, tribulations of life, long suffering, and always dreamt of like it's gotta be more to life. Always dreamt up or looked up in the stars at night, and when you by yourself, you talking to yourself, and you just like, I know it's more to life than just what's going on, like long suffering and our families are, and if you sat down and thought about, man, as a youngin, it's more. I wish it was more. I wish it could be more. And then come to reality, it is more. It's more than life. It's like out of space type stuff. Like, what? Like, this world is not what it seems to be. You know what I mean? So I'm letting you know, as a chosen one, it's more. It's like the movie They Live. If you ever seen that movie, check it out. They Live. Check out Men in Black. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's more. And they just been lying and deceiving. So you know it's more. So live in that too. If you survive this long, only you could destroy you. That's where the power lies, on the chosen ones. Only you can destroy you. I want to talk about something now. If you ever seen that movie, it's in The Simpsons, the dome. They had the dome over the cartoon when they had that episode. It was a movie or a TV show called The Dome. If you ever check out The Hunger Games, get what I'm saying? The Hunger Games is a great one. When she shot the arrow up, and then it destroyed the dome that they was living in. Straight dome. Imagine that. Imagine for a second. The world is, it's not, the world they say flat. Okay, it's not all the way round. Because you gotta imagine, okay, if the world was all the way round and a meteor hit it, or whatever in the beginning, it hit it, and something got broken off. So maybe the world is, on one side it's rounded, but on one side it's like cracked open like an egg. So the surface, they could be like, it's not fully rounded. It's been hit by something. Now we just the leftover part of Earth, or whatever part that's actually just floating. Just hear me out. So you could consider the world as flat. Just saying. Now, for thousands of years, okay, we had a creator visiting the Earth, visiting this planet, created the people on this planet. But the people on this planet develop technology with the beings that live on this planet, with the beings that was fallen on this planet. You get what I'm saying? The beings that already, I don't want to say own it, but maybe own this planet, right? Okay, with these people, they got this technology to create a dome type of situation around the Earth, or over the Earth, or over, because if it is flat, maybe force field with all their satellites, just hear me out, with all their satellites, force field with their satellites, you get what I'm saying? And it's making that dome effect, keeping everything in for thousands of years. They had this technology to keep everything in. So that makes sense why they could fake the moon landing, making you think they could go to space. But they can't actually reach space. Why? The dome effect. Ooh. Made from their own technology. Why? That's like coming home, right? Because a lot of these girls develop this tactic. You come home and you put your key in the lock and the locks change. Imagine that. You come home and you put your key in the lock and your locks has been changed. You get me? So imagine Most High God coming home as he used to and as he did, and the locks is changed due to some type of technology that's keeping things to come in and it's keeping stuff to go out. That's why people didn't say it. They saw rockets got shot up and it goes like a skit. Skit, 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 skit. It reached a certain, because it didn't start skidding. That can explain that. It's a transparent force field that they use with their satellites to keep something out, but at the same time it keeps everything locked in. So they want you to think they could go to space because it's a part of their deceit. Imagine that, being that big of a deceit. Imagine that. So, but this dome is transparent, okay? Imagine that. This force field is transparent. Nothing could actually get in. So you coming home, Most High coming, and boom, boom. What the fuck? Boom, boom. You trying to get in. Boom. What's going on? Checking numbers and checking, I don't know what's going on. But find out, boom, they cannot get in. So now that can explain some of the UFO sightings you probably see. That could explain why they blocking out the sun. Because they force field is transparent. You know, you can see this things that's outside the force field flying over or maybe even hovering over, but can't get in. And you wonder why these things ain't made contact. But they want you to think they made contact. That's why they abduct their own people. Make you think it's UFOs, but it's everything is on Earth, happening on Earth, within Earth. Like they say, whatever happened in Vegas stays in Vegas. Imagine that. A force field dome over the Earth. Imagine that. Keeping the Most High from coming home. Imagine how angry you will be coming home and your locks are changed. Because of some lies. Because of some deceit. Imagine that. It's more to life. That's what I'm saying. There's so much more and so much truth they hide from us. Imagine that's the word I got. That's the vision I got. Imagine that. Would you believe me? Would you even think about it? You know what I'm talking about? At least just think about it. What is really going on? What is they keeping out? What is they keeping in? You know, what is their agenda? But it's more. Imagine that. It's more to life than just being a father, a son, a brother, a nephew. You got generations of men living within you. That's that bloodline within you living. Ancestors you need to be fighting for. You know? But just imagine, it's more to life. A lot of these movies is really reality on a certain level. Imagine that force field around the earth keeping something out. But you could look up at a certain time. They don't want you to look up because they know you can see through it. But because of the sun and the sunlight in the daytime, you get that blue reflect. You don't really can see the space because the D-zone. Let's imagine that. The reflection from the sun makes it seem so blue. But at night you can see stars because it's transparent. The moon is a light. So imagine that. Force field is keeping something out. So that's why you would see stuff flying. Because it can't come to a certain, it already knows it can't come. Just you see stuff, see UFOs and like you see certain things. And a lot of that stuff that you see, they want you to see. Because they know you can't explain it, but they can explain it. It's more to life. It's more to you. If you've chosen, it's more to you. This is Mr. Willis. Like, share, subscribe. Most important, tell a friend.